Well, he burst onto our screens as Aidan Jeffries on Home and Away. Can you believe? Almost 2 decades ago. But since then, Todd Lasance has taken Hollywood by storm, but he's back home for the Supanova, Comic Con and gaming in Sydney next weekend. Todd, welcome to the Ange, Rob and Robbo Show.
Mate, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. You got my last name right too. That's beautiful.
I was about to say, I was practicing. Did I get it right? I felt like I might have mangled it a bit.
No. That was like 95%. That's as good as I'll get. Good job. Good study.
Mate, you have done what so many Aussie actors strive to do. You've found a lot of success overseas. In fact, your latest project, Without Remorse, is just massive. You're starring alongside Michael B. Jordan. It's out on Amazon Prime. What is that whole experience like?
Honestly, mind-blowing. I mean, the phone call that I got to say that I got the role, I burst into tears. It was one of those moments where, you knew the entire planet was going for this film. The age range was fairly broad. And obviously not having had a huge amount of like film credits, it was an even longer shot. And I actually filmed the audition with my wife, who played Michael B. Jordan, in my lounge room. And she crushed it, obviously. And literally one thing led to another, met with the director over Skype, producers cleared it, and then got the phone call and they're like, you need to move to Germany on Monday. So we packed everything up and went to Germany. And honestly, it was one of the greatest experiences of my career, hands down. I mean, Michael B., I could give you an hour conversation about that guy. He is an absolute legend, like one of the hardest working guys I've ever met, but also selfless, grounded, inspiring, motivated, so engaging with us as well. Did all the SEAL team training with us as well. It was amazing. Yeah, the experience was incredible. And then just being part of something on that scale as well was a big step for me, So I wanted to sort of take advantage of that. And unfortunately, a few of the elements that I had in it were cut, just bigger scenes that I was in that they removed the scenes of. So unfortunately, I lost a bit of my work in it. But, being part of it was just, priceless.
But I'm serious when I say this. A lot of actors in soapies in this country try to go for that big break in Hollywood. And obviously there's some successful stories, but there's a lot more that aren't successful. How do you make yourself stand out from the crowd as an Australian going over there trying to take American roles?
Oh, that's actually one of the best questions I've been asked.
Yes!
Well, there's no method to it. There's so many elements at play, including luck. I mean, that's the reality. Anyone who's been successful, even at Chris's level, there had to be an element of luck involved, and he's talked about that exact thing. Right time, right age, right look, right vibe, right role. To be honest, the key is it's perseverance and determination and being able to put up with thousands of knockbacks, opportunities of extreme lows too, where you feel like you're close, something you get that could change your life. Like my biggest one to date before this was Lethal Weapon, the TV series. I got down to the final 2 for that and had the contract in my hand, signed the deal, saw the numbers, and then you miss out on the last kick. And, something like that will change your life forever, but you've got to pick yourself up. It's, devastating some of the time, and you can go a year and a half without working, but you've got to have that grit. You've got to stick with it. You've got to stay focused. It's a lot, man. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't tell everyone, hey, go out and become an actor. It's fantastic and super rewarding, because you have to be extremely fortunate to, and I feel so lucky to have had the opportunities that I have. And even now, there's so much more that I want to achieve. I feel like I'm only just scratching the surface for me. So
but what a surface. I mean, you talk about how you're still making it, but you have another movie coming out, Seriously Red, with Rose Byrne. That's coming out this year, and another one, Black Sight, coming out next year. So you're busy, let's be honest, and you're getting the work.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, well, I mean, when you look at it on paper, that is true. I mean, that's what I want to be doing. It's always funny, though. I've always had such high goals set for myself and wanting what I want to achieve and the levels that I want to get to. And it's not like a level as far as exposure. It's a level of being able to be in that position where you can choose your roles, get these amazing opportunities, diversify your roles, progress. You know what I mean? Like, you could take the easy route and settle on a particular simple series, which is not going to challenge me, but I also want to keep growing as an actor and you know, it was the likes of the Leonardo and the Matt Damons and stuff like that, Good Will Hunting, Saving Private Ryan. Those are the films that, you know, inspired me to be where I am. And you know, that's the sort of level creatively that you know, you want to get to. So yeah, it has been a lovely year, the last year. But again, I'm you know, you're still back to the drawing board all the time and auditioning, and you know, feel like you're back to you're hustling, you know, and you get on those big film levels, but you're starting from the bottom with them. So then you got to work your way up. So I feel like I've tiered up to a degree, but you know, now the real work starts to get to those, you know, big leads and those big films, especially all the stuff that's coming to Australia. I'm super excited.
Well, there's lots of opportunities, but I'm going to take you on a trip down memory lane because I want to talk about that first big role we all saw you in, of course, as Aidan Jeffries on Home and Away. When you're on a hugely successful show like that, you're winning logos. And I love the Logies. I warned you, right. I'm terrible with words. You were there for 5 years. How hard, though, is it to make the leap and decide to leave, especially when you see a lot of people do that and not make it?
It's extremely difficult. I'm still carrying it. You know, I don't think you are. There you go. Wow. Wow. That is a trip. I don't even remember doing that, by the way. All I remember is seeing an elderly lady's face and someone else at another table. That's all I remember from my speech. You know, it's a never-ending battle to diversify and come out of something that's so iconic like Home and Away. I was so fortunate that Matt Saville, who was the director of Cloud Street, which was a series that I did just after Home and Away, I just remembered I got nominated for that too, and I think that sort of helped me elevate out of the soap world, you know, because it can be it can carry with you a little bit. I wouldn't change a day of it though. I mean, it gave me such an amazing opportunity and the work ethic and the discipline required on that show as well. And you're thrown into the limelight, you're thrown into marketing elements, you know, you're now a known sort of face to a degree, so your life changes. It's really strange. But I think Cloud Street for me, if I had to pinpoint something, was one of those defining elements after, to sort of stretch my acting chops a little. But you're always trying to grow in that regard, you know, and you're only as good as your last couple of roles. Usually, people that remember your last performances. So it's this constant battle. It never ends. You never stop growing. You never just plateau and be like, oh, I made it here and I'm good. You know, you always want to keep progressing. So yeah, it never stops.
Well, mate, I'm going to tell you why you're successful. I've been in the industry for over 25 years. I've met a lot of people, and you are a nice guy. I can tell just talking to you now, you're not full of crap. You know, you're a hard worker. You're not afraid to get out there and give it a go, and you're not an arsehole. So that's why I think you are successful.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
So there you have it from McKnight. There you go. And look, you're going to be, and I love this, you're going to be at Supanova Comic Con and Gaming in Sydney next weekend, the 19th and 20th of June. Who on the lineup are you most excited to see?
Well, you know, it's funny. I am getting a full spectrum experience at Supanova. And honestly, you know, I love cons. I'm a super nerd anyway. I do gamer streaming as well online on Twitch.
Where can we find you on Twitch? Because you told me that you do gaming. Where can we find you?
Yeah, so on Twitch, Achilles TJ. So ACHILLES TJ. That's my gamer tag.
Well, some of our viewers watch us on Twitch, so they will go and have a look, I'm sure.
Oh, great. Yeah, perfect. Chuck a follow in. I do streaming with Liam McIntyre, who played Spartacus in the series. And then we have we're linked in with a YouTube channel called Retro Replay. So Nolan North runs that. So we do streaming for them too.
And as you said, Supanova.
Yes, that's it. So we have like, I have, as I said, a full spectrum. I have Manu from Spartacus going.
Yes.
I have Liz Blackmore from Vampire Diaries, and I have Lincoln Lewis from Home and Away. So literally every stage of my career, there's going to be some of my closest friends. And honestly, that's what it's all about for us. We have such an epic time. We hang out the whole weekend. We get to meet fans of the show, reminisce on the show, do photos and panels and all this sort of stuff for everyone. And we honestly have a blast. So I'm really pumped they all opened up again, and we could get back to the Supernovas again, and you find out which of your friends are going. You're like, oh, we get to hang out for the weekend again, and because obviously you don't see some people for a year or two, depending on schedule. So, man, I can't wait to get down to Sydney. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, Lincoln Lewis was on the show a few weeks ago. Another great bloke. For information and tickets, head along to meet Todd. Just go to supanova.com.au. Todd, thank you for being on the Ange, Rob and Robbo show.
No, thank you for having me, man. It was an absolute pleasure. Thanks, guys.